How is it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beared Down Uncut, where we talk everything Bears every day of the week. Which rookie are you most excited to see in training camp, and should the Bears be worried that there is no preseason in 2020? We're going to be answering these questions and many more leading up to 2020 training camp in episode number 57 of Uncut. Welcome back to the show, guys. Everyone rejoice. We do have Bears football back. We are here today on this gloomy Tuesday morning in Chicago, in the Chicagoland suburbs. We're going to be bringing you guys coverage on everything Bears rookie camp as it gets started up today, and much, much more in the coming weeks. We are 7 days from the start of Bears training camp pending COVID tests, so welcome back to the show. I am your host, Chris Maltby. Today I am joined with my co-hosts Parth and Jaylen McClinton. Boys, we've taken about a week off. How does it feel to be back, and how does it feel to have some Bears football back?
It feels great, The last couple of days, baseball's been baseball spring training, you could say, has been back. White Sox have been killing the Cubs back-to-back nights. As a White Sox fan, I love seeing that. But yeah, Bears football is back. Training camp's going to be here soon, around the corner. It's going to be exciting to see how things go, especially because of the virus and stuff. But hopefully the football season starts on time.
Yeah, same. I haven't really recorded with these boys like that, but glad to be back. Basketball's coming back. Like Parth said, baseball's coming back. So it's definitely a good time in the world right now. For sports, at least, not coronavirus cases.
Yeah, we've got 9 days until the NBA returns, 7 days until NFL training camp, and 3 days until the MLB returns. Definitely a great time in sports in general. We are here. We are back. Taking a week off is not something we normally do. That seems like a 2018 Beared Down thing, but it hasn't been what we've been doing in 2020. But that being said, we are excited to be back. We're going to be providing you guys with the best training camp coverage possible, even though there is no media there. So be sure to do us a favor if you want tons and tons and tons of Bears content over the next couple of weeks and months. Do us a favor and subscribe. Click the bell for notifications whenever we post. And if you are returning to the channel, do us a favor and slap a like on this video. So, this morning, a lot of news coming out of Halas Hall. First and most importantly, the Bears did ink all of their rookies to their rookie deals. Jaylen Johnson, Cole Kmet, Darnell Mooney, amongst all 7 that did end up signing their deals this morning. Also, earlier this week, the NFL did announce that training camps were going to be back starting today. Therefore, the Bears had the first day of rookie training camp kicking off this morning at Halas Hall. Obviously, we don't know much about it just because there's no media allowed in and not much is going on. But that being said, we're going to break down the rookie class a little bit, talk about training camp. And I'm sure as we know more over the coming weeks, we'll be able to definitely break down more specific coverage for you guys, but let's just hop right into it. So, obviously, boys, we all know that all the rookies signed this morning. I want to ask you guys, which rookie are you most excited to see in training camp? And let's try and differ up the answers here.
I'll go first then. I'm going to go with Jaylen Johnson. I think, coming back from that shoulder injury that he had at Utah and everything going on with his shoulder, I think I'm excited to see how he can produce. Especially because he has a battle with Kevin Tolliver for that cornerback 2 position coming up when training camp starts. So I feel like if he can get a good edge, start off well here at rookie camp, and show his proof worth his points to the coaches there and stuff, it would be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Cole Kmet here. I mean, I think he was the most pro-ready tight end in the NFL draft, and I think he can actually make a significant impact as a rookie in this offense. He's going to occupy the starting wide tight end role across from Jimmy Graham, a seasoned veteran who's going to have some stuff to show him. He's thrived as both a blocker and a pass catcher at Notre Dame, and he's still really raw, so I said Kmet because I think I know who Jaylen's going to go with here. I think there's a certain 5th-round pick out of Tulane that he likes a lot. But that being said, I am super excited to see the 43rd overall pick, Cole Kmet, go at it here in rookie camp. Jaylen, what do you got?
Chris, bro. Well, you were exactly reading my mind. I was going to go him the whole time. I'm going with Darnell Mooney. You know me so well, bro. But I'm going to go with Darnell Mooney. He is a 5th-round draft pick now. We really shouldn't expect much out of him in his rookie season because of how late he was drafted. But that speed is something we definitely can, especially me, I'm looking forward to. I think, or it was reports coming out that Now you're trying to use him like he did Tyreek Hill. Now Darnell Mooney's not nothing close to Tyreek Hill. They're both fast, but Tyreek is extremely faster. But the way that he's used, like he's a gadget player. You know, you can put him on deep routes and just tell him to run straight and beat the defense just off speed alone, or screens and have him, be elusive through the blocks and stuff like that. I just can't wait to see how we use him. I don't expect much out of him in his rookie season, like I said before. I think Cole's probably going to get the most production out of our draft picks on offense, but I'm still excited about how we're going to use Darnell Mooney, definitely.
Mooney, definitely an interesting prospect out of Tulane. 2,500 total receiving yards throughout his 4 seasons there, and during his junior year, he was absolutely spectacular. 48 receptions for 993 yards with 20.7 yards per reception and 8 touchdowns. We're going to shift a little bit more now. I think this question probably only has 2 right answers, but that being said, I still want to ask it to the both of you guys just to see what we are all thinking. The next question is going to be which rookie will make the biggest impact during his rookie season. Obviously, we now know that the NFL has offered the NFLPA union 0 preseason games. It's looking like there will be no preseason, so it might be a little bit hard for some of the undrafted free agents to actually make the Bears roster. But that being said, the Bears did have 2 specific second-round picks, and I think those names are going to come up a lot here. I'm going to answer this one first. I think Jaylen Johnson's going to have a big impact, and more specifically, the biggest impact during his rookie season. It's nothing against Cole Kmet. Obviously, we have Jimmy Graham ahead of him, but if Jaylen Johnson can stay healthy, I do think that he can be the cornerback too when the Bears head into Ford Field to take on the Detroit Lions in Week 1. And with how talented this front seven is going to be, this week we will get back and going on our positional review series. I know we have defensive ends to do next. This front seven is absolutely one of the most impressive in the league, and I think it's going to force quarterbacks to try and get the ball out quickly. Jaylen Johnson, Kyle Fuller are going to have all the opportunities in the world, not only to get pass defenses up, but also to intercept balls. So I think Jaylen Johnson, if he can stay healthy, if that shoulder can be fine, is going to make a massive impact his rookie season, and he's going to prove to the league that he should have been a first-round pick. Parth, I want to pass it to you. Which rookie out of these Bears 2020 class will make the biggest impact during his regular season in the league?
I'm going to go with Cole Kmet. I like what you said about Jaylen Johnson coming in and becoming that cornerback too, which I think he will at the end of the season. But I think to start off the season, I think Kevin Tolliver is going to have the edge for a little bit. So I'm going to go with Cole Kmet here, tight end out of Notre Dame. He's a great blocking tight end. We know that for sure. And Jimmy Graham isn't the best blocking tight end. So for Cole Kmet to have that edge over Jimmy Graham already helps him. And I feel like he's underrated as a pass catcher. He's also been working out with Trubisky a lot this offseason, so that chemistry's hopefully getting up there. And if those two can become that next great tight end quarterback tandem that we all hope that could happen, I mean, it would be great to see. But I think Cole Kmet, coming in, especially with how bad our tight ends were last year, he will definitely make a better impact than a lot of people would think.
You would assume that he can make a big impact. I mentioned it earlier in my notes on my big board. I had him as the most pro-ready tight end in the 2020 draft class. So, Jaylen, I want to pass it to you. I think there's only one of 2 answers here, but which rookie do you think makes the biggest impact during the regular season this upcoming season?
I'm going to go with Cole Kmet as well. He's probably the only rookie that coming into training camp, he's going to be a starter regardless. Jaylen Johnson has to go against Kevin Tolliver and Artie Burns and stuff like that. And, everybody else, 5th round and down, they have to fight for playing time. So I'm going with Cole Kmet. Our tight end production was terrible last year. There's only really one good tight end above him, and that's Jimmy Graham. And depending on how training camp goes, he can come in as a number 1 tight end, and Jimmy Graham being the number 2. But I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Cole Kmet just based off the production we had at tight end last year, him being our highest draft pick.
Absolutely. Now we're going to shift a little bit more into training camp. Obviously, it does start on July 28th, which is in about 7 days here. So obviously, we look at the competitions heading into training camp, and the most important one has to be at the quarterback competition. But Parth, I want to ask you, what do you think is the most important competition in training camp that isn't the quarterbacks?
That isn't the quarterbacks? Oh, dang, this is tough.
I feel like you got to go somewhere in the secondary.
Yeah, I was going to go safety or cornerback. I think I'm going to go cornerback. I think last year, Prince Mukamara, as much as I love the guy, thanks for hopping the show, he struggled throughout the year. And, what's it called? Kevin Tolliver and Jaylen Johnson both have an opportunity to come in and become that cornerback 2 position behind this amazing front 7 that you already said earlier, if not the best front 7 in the NFL. So they'll have a lot of opportunities to play their game, learn this defense. So it's up to Kevin Tolliver to keep his spot. I think he has the edge right now, especially if we don't have preseason. That's one thing for sure that helps Kevin Tolliver out, especially since Chuck Pagano has said in the past that he loves Kevin Tolliver's game. He believes he's ready for the challenge. So if KT22 is up for challenge, I think he can become a great cornerback for the Bears as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the tight end position, actually. Obviously, you really can't argue that there is or that there isn't a competition there. But there's going to be a lot of guys down lower on that roster vying for a spot on the team. And what I'm talking about is guys like J.P. Holtz, Jesper Horsted, and Adam Shaheen. The Bears obviously brought in 3 new tight ends this year that are going to be the top 3 tight ends in Demetrius Harris, Jimmy Graham, and Cole Kmet. But that being said, the tight end play was absolutely atrocious last year. I don't think we can trust that all of these guys are going to be completely healthy the entire year. So whoever is below them has to be able to come and produce big time. The tight end position is so important in Matt Nagy's offense. We see the Bears bring in Jimmy Graham, who was more productive than the entire Bears tight end group as a whole in a down year last year in Green Bay. Whoever is coming in behind him has to be able to produce at some sort of high level, because we didn't see that at all in 2019. So Jaylen, I want to ask you, what is the most important competition in training camp that isn't the quarterbacks with Foles and Trubisky?
So I'm going to try to be different, and I'm going to go with the wide receiver position. Now, this is really only for the wide receiver 3 position. The number 1 and number 2 are solid at Allen Robinson. Yeah, and Anthony Miller as the number 2. The number 3 is a lot of wide receivers on this roster that could fill that position. And Ted Ginn, Javon Wims, Riley Ridley, and maybe even Darnell Mooney, depending on how good his training camp goes. So it's a lot of great talent at that position. And whoever can come in training camp and show that they're the best to fit that spot and fill in that number wide receiver 3 position that was locked up by basically Anthony Miller and Taylor Gabriel last season, even though Taylor Gabriel was mostly hurt. I think that's going to be definitely a good battle between all of those guys, because it's a lot.
Absolutely. We all named some pretty good positions there, I'm pretty sure. So obviously, guys, I brought it up a little bit earlier. The NFL, it's looking like there's going to be no preseason, which definitely impacts the Bears. Bears head coach Matt Nagy said that the guys were likely going to play more in preseason games this year, and he also said it was going to be the best spot to evaluate the quarterback competition and all the other competitions that are going on in training camp in those preseason reps. Those are valuable reps that are going away from the team. So I want to ask you guys, should the Bears be worried that there is no preseason? I mean, obviously it makes it a lot tougher on the guys further down the roster that are looking and vying for spots. But that being said, we saw how rusty they came out last year against Green Bay. You guys think they should be worried here that the preseason's canceled?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think Matt Nagy's back-to-back first 2 years, he's lost week 1. And I'd say it all goes in the reps. Both games against Green Bay, the Bears came out sloppy on offense, couldn't get the ball moving. And it worries me a little bit, but it's against Detroit, a much easier opponent, I'd say. So that'll definitely help. And Trubisky loves to cook up the Lions. So hopefully he can do that. I think it'll be a little tough, especially to just come out and go out there in full contact, because I doubt they'll be hitting as hard in practice compared to preseason or even compared to real game scenarios. So injuries might be at an all-time high this year. That's something to look out for as well, especially on the offensive line, quarterback, whatever position you're looking at. So it affects the Bears that way, as well as competition-wise. We won't be able to see if Foles is better than Trubisky or Trubisky's better than Foles. I think Trubisky gets the edge. And again, there's a lot more competitions, like you guys said, wide receiver, cornerback, and safety that will be affected.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying it all off season. If there's no preseason, I can understand if Mitch starts, and I absolutely can at this point. But that being said, you look at Mitch's reps in the 2019 preseason. He took exactly 3 snaps with 0 passes in one preseason game before the 2019 regular season, and came out completely lackadaisical in that game against the Green Bay Packers at home in 2019. So that being said, the only bright thing I can see from this is that there will be more 11-on-11s in practice, and it's an even playing field for everyone. It's not like one team gets a chance to start players more than the others. It's going to be an even playing field with no preseason. But yeah, injuries will definitely be in an all-time high. I got to agree with you there, Parth. Jaylen, you think the Bears should be worried that there is no preseason coming up this 2020 season?
You and Parth basically, said what I was gonna say. Yeah, like you guys said before, not having a preseason could definitely be worrisome with injuries and just how we can't really evaluate the talent on our roster like we have in the past seasons. I want to see how Mitch does without having any training camp. Oh, it's not training camp. Preseason reps because, like you said before, last season in the first game, the offense was trash. We couldn't move the ball at all. So hopefully, maybe can have more reps in training camp and, like you said, more 11-on-11, so we can actually have not a real game scenario, but something close to it.
As close as we can get. Yeah. Absolutely. So that'll pretty much do it for this episode of Uncut, guys. Took a week off, but talking to these guys today, it felt good, and we're really happy to be back, and we're really excited that Bears football is back and that everyone is healthy. We also took a week off on our website, but that being said, if you want more content from us, we're going to get everything up and rolling back again on beareddown.com. We've got columns, articles, and blogs on there, doing a ton of extra work for you guys, and we're going to be doing a ton of work, I'm sure, throughout the entirety of training camp on the website. If you want to follow the podcast on Instagram and Twitter, you can find it at Beared Down, and you can also find the links in the description to Parth, me, and Jaylen's fan pages on Instagram. Woo! I'm a little bit rusty. It's been a while since I've done this, but Jaylen McClinton, Parth Shaw, any last words, guys?
It's all good to be recording again. I feel like it's been like a solid week. I mean, you guys recorded like a week ago, and I wasn't even there for that one, so it's been even longer for me.
Yeah.
Butchered up my words here and there, but I think we'll get used to it again, especially as training camp comes around. We'll be recording a lot more in the season. I think we're going to be putting a video out each day, so it'll be fun.
Same here. Hopefully, I'll be home soon. So even though fans probably won't be allowed at training camp or in games in general, we could maybe go to a restaurant or something to watch a game together. I haven't really got to link up with these guys like they have with that and stuff. So definitely making sure you guys are staying safe. Coronavirus is still going up, and that's a sad thing to hear about. But make sure you keeping your distance and protecting yourself and others.
Yeah, I will say the one positive that's come from this entire what seems like a completely dark 2020 is that there is a vaccine that's going through its final testing here, I believe, on July 27th, which is the day before Bears training camp will get kicked off. And it's looking good. In Oxford, England, they had really good positive tests with it. Hopefully they can have the same here in the United States, and maybe we'll be able to get some fans in NFL stadiums this fall. Can't get too optimistic, but do us a favor, Bears fans. Continue to stay safe. And as always, bear down. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.